our very next speaker. So, with that said, this speaker I just recently met in a Clubhouse room, as a matter of fact. And I already told you guys how grateful I am for Clubhouse, because if it wasn't for Clubhouse, I would not have met every single one of the speakers that have spoken, which is over 100 speakers over the course of about a year and a half now, since I launched the Royal Influencers Organization back in 2023. So, this gentleman who will be coming to us today is Justin Hughes. And Justin Hughes is the visionary founder of Firebringer AI, a company dedicated to harnessing the power of AI to drive meaningful innovation and transformation with a deep passion for technology and its potential to amplify human potential. Justin has led Firebringer AI to the forefront of AI-driven solutions. His entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to ethical AI have attracted the interest of investors and industry leaders alike, making him a key player in the tech ecosystem. So, with that said, with no further ado, we welcome and bring to you Justin Hughes to the stage, everybody. Hello, Justin Hughes. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Absolutely, absolutely. An absolute pleasure to have you here. And thank you for showing up even early as well. We always appreciate that. And I know that you were here and dropping value in the chat and commenting on Nick Loriano. What did you think?
I think he and I showed up to the party wearing the same speech because resilience is the premise. I'm sensing a theme here.
I can tell. I can tell. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a thread that just woven throughout everybody's speeches. So absolutely, that is what we are all about. And we are redefining what success looks like and sounds like. And we're giving the world exactly what it needs at a very highly charged time right now. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule with your little 2-year-old that I got to meet. Absolutely adorable. 3-year-old. There you go. That I got to meet. Absolutely adorable. So with that said, I'm going to get out of the way and let you do what you came to do and share value on the topic of AI, innovation, and technology. For everybody here, get your pens and paper out, everybody, and make sure that you are ready to receive all of the value that Justin Hughes is getting ready to share, because I heard some of it and I know for a fact that is exactly why he is hand selected to be here today. Because if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to stay on the cutting edge of innovation and technology and implement it. Not just implement it, but also partner, because that's exactly what AI, artificial intelligence, is. You need to make it a partner in your business so that you can continue to grow and scale. So with that said, back over to you, Justin Hughes, and I will go down and come back up in just a little bit.
All right. So I am going to talk about resilience and how it applies to utilizing AI. Just a quick backstory. The 4 lowest points in the human experience are suicide attempts, imprisonment, homelessness, and war. And I hit 3 out of 4. But my mettle is tempered by the fires of every hell I have walked through. So today I stand, or rather sit, before you, not as someone who merely survived these trials, but as someone who's learned to thrive despite them. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something that you forge through relentless adversity. It's not about avoiding the flames, but emerging from them stronger, more determined, and with a more clear purpose than before. So today, I just want to share with you the lessons I've learned from these experiences, the mindset shifts that help me not just endure, but transform every setback into a stepping stone. In September of 2015, my life pretty much crumbled. Within the span of just 30 days, I lost my grandfather, who was my father figure, my pseudo girlfriend, my job, and my home. And the weight of these losses pressed down on me, suffocating any remnants of hope. I gave up. I legit, full stop, gave up. And in that dark hour, I lined up 3 neat little piles of antihistamine. My intention was clear and my resolve was pretty firm. I got 2.5 piles in before the high school senior in the next room, sensing what I was doing, called the cops. And they showed up just in time. In the depths of despair, when pain of living seems unbearable and the temptation to end it all can feel like it's the only escape. I have been there, standing on the precipice, convinced that the darkness will never lift. But I can tell you there is light even in the darkest corners. And in the moment that I chose life, I made the first step towards resilience. It wasn't a sudden epiphany, it wasn't a miraculous change, but it was a slow, deliberate crawl toward hope. I woke up in the hospital. I was disoriented. I had no idea how long I'd been there. I really didn't care. All I knew is I was still alive, and that's kind of, you failed at failing. So it's a mixture of relief and despair. Life didn't get easier after that. It actually got harder. No one would take me in. I felt like a burden to everyone around me. Eventually, I did have a family member offer me a place to stay. It wasn't exactly a refuge. This family member had a meth problem, preference for abusive men as boyfriends. So there I am living with two tweakers in a toxic relationship, a senile old lady, and 15 cats with just three litter boxes. It was a little chaotic to say the least. But amidst the madness, I did find work. I found something I could do for money. It wasn't much. It certainly didn't pay enough for things like car insurance, which is mandated. I was scraping by trying to rebuild after a traffic stop turned into something quite a bit bigger. No insurance led to a suspended license led to jail, jail led to bond, and then before I knew it, I was facing felony bond jumping charges and was in county jail for 2 straight months. I learned that hope isn't something that comes naturally. It's a muscle. It's weak at first, but it strengthens with every little bitty victory. So each day you choose to stay and to work towards your goals, you reinforce your resilience. Find one thing, no matter how small, that's worth holding on to. For me, it was literally just the belief that life, no matter how bleak, had more to offer. And if at nothing else, I could achieve some success and kind of show everybody that they were wrong. I was released from the hospital after my suicide attempt. I was at rock bottom. I lost almost everything that mattered to me. Lots of relationships fell off. I didn't see a way forward, but I clung to the idea that maybe just maybe there was something worth living for. And the world didn't suddenly become bright and full of opportunities. It was a struggle every day just to keep going and to find meaning in the small things. But that's the thing about resilience. It's not about waiting for life to get better. It's about making the conscious decision to keep going, even when life is at its worst. It's about finding that tiny flicker of hope and fanning into a flame, no matter how faint. Over time, that flame grew stronger. I found work. I started rebuilding my life. I began to see maybe I could find a way out of the darkness. But then, jail. So when you're behind bars, whether literal or metaphorical, it feels like the world's forgotten you. Imprisonment strips away your freedom, your identity, and your dignity. I found myself trapped, not physically, but mentally, consumed by guilt, shame, regret. It was in that isolation I discovered the power of my mind. Imprisonment taught me that freedom is much more a state of mind than it is a physical condition. So when you can't change what your circumstances are, you can change your perspective. I've learned to focus on what I could control, my thoughts, my responses, my will to survive. I chose to educate myself and reflect deeply, prepare for a life beyond the walls because I knew I'd get out. Resilience is born when you reclaim your power, no matter how small that power might seem. Being locked up in county jail was a bit of a wake up call. It was a stark reminder that life can change in an instant, that my choices can have far reaching consequences, even if they're minor choices. It was also an opportunity for a chance to reflect on my own life and my own choices and what I wanted moving forward. I spent my time in jail meditating every day and exercising. I improved myself not just in mental and physical fitness, but in skills, in understanding my emotions, emotional regulation, learning how to cope with the challenges I was facing. And I used that time to prepare for when I would be released. See, that's the thing about resilience. It's not just surviving, it's about preparing yourself to thrive when the opportunity finally arises. It's about using your time, no matter how difficult, to better yourself, to find ways to turn your pain into strength. And when I was finally released, I was ready. I was ready to face the world, take control of my life, and start building something new. Homelessness was the next step. Released from jail into the homeless shelters. It strips you of your bare essence. It's not just the absence of a roof over your head, it's the absence of security, belongings, purpose. It's easy to lose yourself in the struggle for survival, feel like you've been cast aside by society because you have. But being homeless taught me the value of community and of finding strength and connection, even when everything else is lost. I was released from jail. I had nowhere to go. I was homeless with nothing but the clothes on my back, which wasn't enough to keep me warm. I almost froze to death the first night. in a porta potty in a public park. My little brother drove me to the closest homeless shelter in a Mercedes Benz, a bit of a stark contrast to the reality I was living. But even in that moment, I knew I had a choice. I could let my circumstances define me, or I could use them as a fuel to propel myself forward. Living in a shelter is one of the most humbling experiences you can have. It wasn't just about finding a place to sleep, but survival, about finding a way to hold my dignity in a world that seemed pretty damned intent on stripping it away. But it was also in that shelter that I found something I didn't expect, that sense of community, that sense of belonging. The people I met there, the ones who were struggling just like me, became a source of strength. We shared our stories, we shared our pain, and we shared our hopes. We lifted each other up, even when all we had to give was our very presence. And that's the thing about resilience. It's not just about standing tall on your own, it's about finding strength in others and realizing that we're all in this together. And through that community, I found my purpose again. I realized that I wasn't alone, that there were others who understood my struggles, and that together we could find a way out. And that sense of connection, of shared humanity, became a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. And while I may have not faced war in the traditional sense, every day was a battle. It was a war within myself and a war against circumstances, a war to reclaim my own life. Each of us faces our wars, be it illness, loss, or trauma, but these battles test our resilience to the limit, and that's what builds it. The question isn't whether you'll face wars, but how you'll emerge from them. In every battle, there does come a point where you feel like you got nothing left to give. But resilience is literally about finding that last reserve of strength, the final push when everything's lost. It's about understanding that the war isn't won in one decisive battle, but frequent, small, just impossibly relentless actions. It's about showing up every day and fighting even when victory doesn't seem like it's possible. It's about knowing that each scar and each wound is a testament to your survival and a reminder that you're stronger than whatever tried to break you. For me, every day was a battle, whether it's battling the urge to give up and my mental illness, fighting to keep a roof over my head and poverty, or struggling to find a place in a world that really didn't want me. There were days when I felt like I had nothing left, when the weight of my circumstances just felt crushing. But in those moments, I learned something crucial, that resilience isn't about never falling, it's about getting back up every single time. Each setback and each challenge became an opportunity to test my resolve, to prove to myself that I could keep going. It wasn't about making huge leaps forward. It was about taking one small step at a time and finding the strength to keep moving, even when the path ahead wasn't clear. That's the thing about resilience. It's not flashy or grand, it's quiet, persistent, and unwavering. When I was released from the shelter, finally able to secure my first home just 4 months into staying in the shelter, it wasn't just a victory over my circumstances, it was a testament to the power of resilience and proof that no matter how dark the night, dawn would eventually break. It was a reminder that even on the face of overwhelming odds, we have the power to shape our destiny one small action at a time. Resilience isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's a journey marked by pain, by setbacks, and by constant struggle to rise above, but it's also a journey of growth, of discovering the strength you never knew you had and transforming your pain into purpose. The trials I've faced, the suicide attempt, imprisonment, homelessness, they're not just challenges to be overcome, they're crucibles that forged my character. They stripped away the superficial layers of my life and forced me to confront my deepest fears, my weaknesses, and my strengths. And in doing so, they revealed the core of who I am, and they gave me a purpose that transcends my individual struggles. I realized that my story wasn't just my own, it was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. And it was a story that could inspire others, that could show them no matter how dire their circumstances, they too could rise above those circumstances. So it kind of became my mission to share that story, to be a beacon of hope for those still in the darkness, and to use my experiences to make a difference in the lives of others. That's the true power of resilience. It's not just about surviving, it's about using your survival to create something meaningful, a purpose from your pain, your struggles into strength, and your setbacks into stepping stones towards a better future. It's about understanding that the battles we face are not just personal, they're universal. We're sharing our stories. We can help find the strength to fight our own struggles as well as help others find the strength to fight theirs. Today, as I stand before you or sit, not the same person I was in 2015. Trials I faced didn't break me, they made me stronger, more determined, more compassionate. They taught me the true meaning of resilience, and they gave me a purpose that drives me every day. But the journey of resilience isn't over. It's a lifelong process, a continuous cycle of growth and transformation. Uh, every new challenge is an opportunity to test our own resolve, refine our character, and reaffirm our commitment to our purpose. It's a journey that requires constant vigilance, constant effort, and constant faith in ourselves and in the process. And as I continue this journey, I do so knowing that I'm not alone. I'm surrounded by people like Nick who have faced their own battles, walked through their own fires, and made their way out stronger on the other side. Together we form a community of resilience, a community that understands the power of perseverance, the importance of hope, and the value of shared struggle. And to those who are still in the midst of the battle, who might feel like the weight of the world is just too much to bear, I have to tell you, you are stronger than you know. You have within you the power to overcome, to rise above, and to create the life of purpose and meaning that you want. It's going to be hard, but every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to that victory. Resilience isn't a gift, it's a skill that's honed through hardship. It's the ability to endure and adapt and to transform. It's the inner strength that allows us to face our darkest moments and emerge not just intact, but stronger and more determined than before. In my own journey, I've learned that resilience isn't about avoiding pain, it's about embracing it and learning from it and using it as a fuel for growth. It's about finding hope in the midst of despair, strength in the face of weakness, and purpose in the midst of chaos. And it's about standing tall in the face of the adversity and refusing to let it define you. As you go through your own journey, remember that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the person that you want to be. Embrace your struggles, find strength in your scars, and know you're capable of incredible things. Your resilience is your greatest asset, and with it, you can overcome any obstacle, rise above any challenge, and create a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. So now that we've explored the depths of resilience through personal trials, let's real quick discuss how this hard earned resilience applies to the world of building a business, a world where setbacks can be just as brutal and persistence is just as vital. When I embarked in my journey into starting a tech company, I started with little more than an idea, a vision of what could be. No coding skills, no investors, and absolutely no money. But that vision was enough to ignite a fire within me, one that pushed me to persist despite every obstacle in my path. I had an idea, but no funds to bring it to life. Instead of letting that stop me, I persisted. I found an equity partner who could write in Python. It wasn't a stroke of luck, it was the result of relentless networking, countless rejections, and an unwavering belief in my own vision. This partnership was the first of many victories born out of that resilience built by my previous life. As we began to write code, life threw me another curveball. Routine security update combined with a very ancient email account. Boom, you're locked out of your computer for 30 days. A month lost in a project where every second literally counted. I already had competitors coming to the field. Yet again, I persisted. I found a loaner laptop and kept moving forward. This is where resilience showed what it's worth. It's not in avoiding the obstacles, but in finding ways to overcome them, no matter how frustrating or seemingly insurmountable. Then came the offshore development team. We thought we were on the right track. We brought in some professionals to handle the heavy lifting. They agreed to deliver on X, Y, and Z, but after three deadline extensions and $750 spent, what we got back was basically a digital paperweight. It was useless code. So we could have, said, you know what, let's walk away. Odds are too great. The setbacks are too numerous. We didn't. We persisted. We sought out a great developer, found someone who could take the mess that we had and turn it into something functional. And he did. He delivered a mostly working app. But the biggest challenge was still latency. It still remained. Our app, meant to operate in real time, started out lagging at 27 seconds. We got it down to 5 seconds, but that's still 2 seconds too long for what we needed it to do. So we persisted. We didn't let that frustration of near success stop us. We updated our tools, we refined our approach, and finally we got the latency down to sub 1 second, exactly where it needed to be. It wasn't just a technical victory, it was a testament to the power of resilience in the face of continuous setbacks. Throughout the entire process, our budget was so tight that we faced constant disruptions. There were times when our subscriptions would be shut off for a few days at the start of a billing cycle, leaving us unable to access the tools we needed to keep going. We did whatever it took to keep the momentum going. We begged for an extension, we borrowed. This is the secret to success, though, not just in software development, but in life. It's not about having endless resources or perfect circumstances. It's about having the resilience to keep going no matter how many times you're knocked down, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. Like, 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. It's that relentless, unyielding determination that separates those who succeed from those who don't. To those of you, again, in the midst of your own battles, whether it's development, business, or anything else, don't give up. Don't let the darkness convince you that you're not worthy of the light. You are more resilient than you know, and every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove that to yourself. Remember that the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Each of us has a capacity to become that steel, to be tempered by our experiences, and to emerge not just unbroken, but unbreakable. And when you persist, when you keep going in the face of all odds, you do create something extraordinary, not just a product, but a testament to your resilience. In our case, that outcome of resilience and persistence was an AI cold caller that stands out from the competition by being easy to use and fully dynamic. It's a tool that wouldn't exist if we hadn't fought through every single setback, every failure, every moment of doubt. And that's the power of resilience, turning what seems impossible into reality. After enduring all these professional and personal trials, the resilience we developed became the cornerstone of our success. This resilience is what drives our business to this day, enabling us to create other innovative AI solutions that not only solve problems, but also empower others to overcome their own obstacles. At the heart of our offerings are two cutting edge products that epitomize efficiency and simplicity: AI powered cold calls and automated content marketing. These tools are designed with one goal in mind: to make life easier by automating complex tasks that traditionally require significant time and effort. Our AI cold caller is a game changer. It dynamically engages with leads, ensuring that each call is tailored to the individual prospect. So you can scale your outreach without losing that personal touch. Our AI does just that. It's not just about making calls, it's about making connections that matter, driving conversations that drive conversions, and ultimately growing your business. On the other hand, our content marketing solutions equally transformative, automates the entire content creation process from ideation to distribution. It eliminates all the time consuming hurdles that typically bog down marketing teams. With just one simple approval step required for you, your content strategy is both streamlined and scalable so you can focus on what really matters: your business. These products are tools, but they're more than just tools. They're a testament to what resilience can achieve. They're the result of overcoming countless setbacks, and they are here to help you do the same. So, we would love to help you with your challenges and stepping stones towards success. Turn those challenges into stepping stones towards success. And just keep in mind that your metal is also tempered by the fires of every hell you have walked through. Thank you. Ramona, did I go too fast? About 3 minutes.
Actually, you are perfectly on time. Thank you so much. What a powerful journey and story, Justin. Wow, wow, wow. We have a little treat for you guys, and I want you to stick around, Justin, as well. So, Justin, tell everyone more about the actual tool that you have created that they can actually, and how they can actually get in to use the tool and how you have it structured for them.
So we set it up as a pay as you go. It's post build every week. So you get to use it first before you have to put money out. It's 50 cents a dial. There's no commitment, no contracts. It is super easy to use. It's my competitors like to do like flow charts and conversational pathways.
Okay.
Ours actually is just dynamic. You upload a CSV that's structured right, which we show you in the onboarding,
Okay.
and then you click start, and that's it. And it does the calls for you. And at the end of the day, it sends me a report. I filter through it and send you the report, and then you can upload that information into your CRM. And it's really, really easy and consistent. We're actually adding a timer system
Okay.
that should be done this week, where you can just set it to start at 9 a.m., end at 5 p.m., leave that
Wow.
tab open, and it'll do it all by itself for you through
And
until
throughout,
that list is done.
awesome. So once they set it up through the onboarding, of course, with support and help, they tell them or explain to them in layman's terms exactly what they can expect to see on the back end of utilizing and putting into their business this particular system.
So on the back end, what you're going to see is the report come through on a daily basis that says, this is the number that we called, the person we talked to, and this is the result of that call. And here's a transcript of that call.
Wow.
On the front end, you literally, all you see is the dashboard. You go in and you upload your CSV,
Okay.
and you click start, and you leave that tab open, and you can watch the calls going on, and you can
Wow.
listen to them, you can monitor them. But
Wow.
what the AI is doing is we've connected a listen, think, response system. So it listens, it thinks about what it was just told with the context of what it's trying to sell, and then it responds to what the person said, not what is pre-scripted. So it is a dynamic conversation, which is the best way to do it in my, 22 years as a professional telemarketer. So,
Awesome.
and then our second tool that we just created over the weekend, automated content marketing. It takes an RSS feed on your topic, puts it into a spreadsheet as post specifically geared for
Okay.
Facebook, LinkedIn, your blog, Insta, Twitter,
Wow.
what have you. And then all you do is go through that spreadsheet and say, yes, I like this one for LinkedIn. Yes, I like this one for Facebook. This one I'm going to edit real quick, or this one for X, I'm going to have it retry. You type retry,
Wow.
it'll put out a new result for you.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. So you have created a system that has AI technology built in that's going to help them now kind of do the heavy lifting of following up with customers, having conversations with customers, and create content for all of their platforms.
So essentially, yes, we've basically created something that will do your organic content and your prospecting. So 80% of the heavy
Wow.
lifting for bringing on and getting new customers is done by AI and automation.
Wow. Done by AI on automation, everybody. I want to make sure nobody misses that because that solves, I would say, over 50% of issues that most entrepreneurs and business owners have. And this is on a pay as you go scale.
No
And
contracts, no commitments. I don't
no
want.
commitment, no contracts, guys. I heard this and went, whoa. Bells went off, and I said, okay, Justin, I know for a fact that there are entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders out here that are struggling with this issue of prospecting. That's why people are showing up every day. That's why we are posting every day. That is why we are doing content every day. David Evans is here and he knows that he can definitely use more customers with Pick TV Network and use AI to go out and get the customers, have the conversations, and you get to train it to answer the most frequently asked questions or the rebuttals, the most frequently used rebuttals that you have been getting as
If
well.
you already have documentation on that, it's not even a matter of training. It's just give it that text. I mean, it's straightforward and simple. I
Wow.
don't want, like, most of the solopreneurs and entrepreneurs are neither sales nor tech. They have some other specialty. Well, okay, we'll combine the sales and tech so that it's easy to use and works.
Awesome. And you're getting some feedback right now from the people on LinkedIn. There
Oh,
was a LinkedIn user that said Nick Loriano was still here. He popped out now, but Nick Loriano is an incredible human. And then Justin, here's yours. Amazing, Justin. Thank you for sharing your story. Very inspiring. There you go, from a LinkedIn user. So there you guys have it. You never know who you're inspiring when you show up in your true authentic self and share your story and your journey. You cannot not inspire someone. So I definitely wanted to thank you for that. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us of your time as well. I see David Evans is over in the chat. David Evans, we could use you over here. We had Richard Payton that said loved Justin. There you go. Right there. I just put the message on the screen as well. So there is some real-time feedback for you right there. And anybody, how can they get a hold of you as well, Justin, and register and enroll in with this software that you have created for them?
So
Or
the
for us?
software, the registration to get all the access to whatever we come up with is at firebringerai.com.
Firebringerai.com. And Abida One just said, loving it. There you go. Abida One has an e-commerce store that's doing very, very well. And he now is like, whoa, wait a second. I can go out and get more customers and I don't have to have all of the conversations. AI in an automated way can do all of this work for me. Yes.
Our next
Yes.
tool is inbound for customer service too. So that's marketing, sales, and customer service that will be handled by automation pretty quickly. So all the solopreneurs, there's your business in a box.
Wow. Absolutely phenomenal. I would definitely contact with Dylan. Absolutely. So there you go, firebringerai.com, right?
Yep, that's the right one. Matt, that's actually my CTO, Matt Jackson. He's a hell of a
Oh,
computer guy and an eye for tech talent, man. Like a crazy. This dude spots the tech talent like a hawk. Just
tech talent. So he has, that's his superpower, right?
mm-hmm.
Is spotting tech talent. So I'm putting this up for you guys right now because I knew that there will be, there you go, firebringerai.com, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is where you guys go. That's the website. Go to that website, firebringerai.com. Pay as you go, guys. No contracts. Are you kidding me? Who cannot use an automated system to go out and get your customers, your prospects? Go out and communicate to your prospects for you. So David Evans of Pick TV Network can go out for sure and use this AI technology that's going to go out and get more prospects to bring into his business. And tell us again what you just shared about the customer service aspect of it.
That is the next thing we're going to be working on is an inbound model so that calls or chatbot can be given your SOPs and such, and
Okay.
then it will be able to handle the customer service calls in a way that is just as good as like it will again be dynamic conversation. So it's responding to what it's told, and it has a knowledge base of what your services are. One of the guys who's kind of showing me how to do this built one for an HVAC that'll troubleshoot your air conditioner not working before it schedules an appointment for the tech.
Wow, amazing. So it doesn't really matter what business, whether they're a coach, whether they're building a women's community, whether they are starting a television show or they have a television show and they're looking for more speakers or more people to bring onto their show. This AI technology can now be integrated into their business and it's on a pay as you go system, no contracts, no nothing. They can cancel anytime if it's not what they thought it was, they can
That
just
there's not even a cancellation process. You don't use it, you don't get billed.
wow.
Like
Wow.
we gotta do things differently. We got to make it better for the people who are trying to use these tools. If you're not happy with it, I don't want you to keep being stuck paying for it. So
Absolutely. I love that part of it. When I heard that, I said, yeah, you need to come and talk to these business leaders and entrepreneurs and let them hear what you have to offer. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Your
thank you for
story was
having me.
very thought provoking, heart wrenching as well. What a beacon of light and hope that you have been for every single person that's here that will watch this as well on the back end of the replays on all platforms, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook as well. So thank you, and thank you again for being here. Thank you for sharing what you have created, your creation, your tool with the world, because that's exactly where it's going out. Abid, who commented just now, is in the UK. So that's how far you are reaching right now, just by showing up here and sharing your knowledge, your skills, your story, your journey. So thank you. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. I was very glad to be able to share the story. And like Nick said, you just got to let your light shine.
Absolutely. And I heard, by the way, I definitely want to give you another shout out and thank you because I heard through Arayo McGarry that you were on Breakfast with Champions one morning. And you
I'm on
definitely
there most mornings.
Oh wow, awesome. And she said that she heard you share that you would be speaking here today. And I definitely just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for shouting out. Thank you for shouting out Royal Influences Organization. Awesome. And stick around for a second because we're going to be playing something really quickly for you. So I'm going to take you down and then I'm going to let Christina Baca share what the little treat that we have for everybody, okay? All right, Christina Baca, it's on you. Go right ahead. And let me go ahead and add it to stage and see